Okay, let's do stuff. So the first game we're going to look at is the longest game of the round, and I must say I was the most incorrect I've ever been. That's saying something. After the penultimate round, round 13, I said, well, round 14 is going to have some quick draws. It had no quick draws. They fought, which I was shocked. Okay, although Wang Hao didn't fight too much. Okay, so Fabiano's white, and they played the Sicilian. Knight c3, threatening e5. Okay, queen d3 is a suspicious move. The most common move is knight here, and knight takes is the second most common move. And there's 100 billion moves of theory in each. So Fabi thinks, I know this move, Grischuk doesn't, so hooray for Fabi. He refers to himself as Fabi, which is weird. Okay, everybody who asks for a sub, get a sub. Okay, queen d3 is, that's no good. All right, he played the aggressive d5. Then he played knight b4, forking. Not necessary at all, but fun to do. You can just take back on d5. Yeah. So I don't like where this queen is because it's exposed. I think the engine hates this move. Yeah. That's not good. I like queen g3, put some pressure here. Yeah. And Notorious Chaz gifted us good. Okay. Now, some of you have to stop watching now because your delicate temperament can't take what's going to happen now. Okay? What happens is white's pawns are like this, son, and you guys are like, Every stream, I tell you double pawns don't matter. Then when you see double pawns, you run to your mommy crying. And she says double pawns don't matter. And you're like, what? Okay. White has the two bishops. White has all of his pieces out. White's castled. And the only reason White's not much better is he's got the bad pawn structure. And the engine says it's about equal. Because, White has the bad pawn structure. But super GMs don't care about that. They want to know who's better. They look at everything. You guys look at one thing because you only know one thing. Okay, it's like Fox News. Just one gun. Yeah. It wasn't Fox News, it was Fox. If you watch the Super Bowl episode of The Simpsons, you'll get that joke. Just one gun. Grandmaster Gus gifted a sub. Hooray! All right. Yeah, if you guys stopped worrying about pawn structure and worried more about piece activity, you might win a game. You won't, but you might. Could happen. Right? I mean, you could win the lottery every day. Could happen. Same as you probably winning a game. Okay, so rook c8, attacking the queen. The queen retreats, threatening the b pawn. So he saves the b pawn, he unpins, and he says, ha-ha, I'm going to win that later. And Fabi said, no talking. And Grischuk said, but I'm a terrorist. The end. You don't get the terrorist joke, but they do. No, some of them do. He gave a press conference like 2 days ago and said, I'm a terrorist. Grischuk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a terrorist. Yeah. You don't play the lottery, it's still more likely you'll win the lottery than win a check. Okay. So, okay. Now, black has a better pawn structure. Black's position looks perfectly cromulent, right? And then Karen's going to shock you. She's going to tell you who the engine says is better.
Well, it's not a lot better, but white.
Right. But look at that pawn structure. If Karen was white, she'd be furious.
Now I got better.
Wouldn't that be furious if you had that pawn structure?
Yeah, because I don't ever handle it the right way.
Right, and you would have black because it looks like a French. You'd be like, oh, great. Yeah.
Well.
Okay. So Fabi played a4, and the idea is you want to play rook f to b1 and a5 and penetrate. And if he takes this pawn, then it's sort of like Benko compensation. You got all these open files. The king is still in the center. The rook's no good. So he played a move I would never, ever, ever, ever consider, h6. And the engine said that was the best move. And I was like, what? What about all the stuff that's happening on the queen's side? And Grischuk wants to clarify the situation. And he ended up destroying the pawn structure. Everybody has bad pawns. Mm-hmm. C3 pawn still attacked. Now he's threatening A5 because he wants to take that. So he defends it. He attacks the rook. Take. Now he's attacking this pawn. Man, chess is hard. He defends it. Now, I know you think MVL has black because of all the retreating black has done, but it's Grischuk. Now, why is Grischuk playing so slowly? It's weird because he's Russian. Okay.
I didn't actually see your face because I'm looking this way, but I saw it over there.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, he defended his pawn.
Funny.
King E7. And the engine says white's a little bit better, but it's a draw. But a little bit better. Bishop's better than the knight. Queenside majority. Never play F3. He's trying to straighten out his pawn structure. But Grischuk said, no, I'm not undoubling your pawns. Ridiculous. So this wasn't an exciting game, but Fabi thought maybe he had something. I think it was a cold. C4 is explosive, except this is all zeros. Then C3. He wants to undouble his pawns. But that's not going to happen. Now he's got the juicy C5 square. There's only one thing better than the juicy C5 square.
I don't know.
Juicy Couture.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a store in the mall.
Oh.
Terrible. It's like the worst store ever.
I don't go to malls.
Man, you know what's funny about mall stores? I'm serious. I'm serious. They're terrible. They're terrible. It's like terrible. I'm serious. Ask Karen. That's why she doesn't go. They're terrible.
I don't like malls.
Imagine if they were all good. Then you might like them.
I don't like to shop.
No, but if they were all good.
I still don't like to shop. I'm busy.
Dankel16 gifted a sub. Yeah. Auntie Anne's is a mall store and it's fine? No, it's not. That's terrible. Yeah. Okay. Back to whatever it is I was doing.
That might be a cookie store. Is Auntie Anne's, or maybe they have those pretzels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nothing's happening. Never play F6. Now in this game, white played F3 earlier and black played F6. So now you know it's going to be a draw. And when they got to the time control, which is now, then when Fabi played F5, he thought he might have a little something, right? And the engine does say he's better, but not winning. Because it's very hard for white to do anything because his white squared bishop can't attack the pawns. His king can't move up. This knight's here forever. This is totally blockaded. These are being traded. So it's going to be a draw. Unless, man, should I make that joke? Yes. Unless Wang Hao's black, then terrible. Yeah. Yeah, what happened was, after Wang Hao lost the last round, I was on Twitter. I had a Twitter rant. And I'm like, dude, you should retire. And he's like, okay. So, all right, E5.
Didn't Kasparov say he didn't belong in the tournament? Or
Yeah, but Kasparov's always he's always talking shit. That's what he does. Yeah.
But maybe he was right.
No.
Oh.
He was like in the top 20 in the world and he's 30.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has some issues. He has health issues and Soviet Russia and, everybody Wang Hao tonight. Yeah. All right. And this game is basically super boring. It's sort of like Rick James, except it's super boring. Okay, he didn't take on C3. And I'm trying to figure out why. I give up. Let's take on C3. Rook D6. I didn't think that was the refutation. White's better? White's a little better. White's going to try to double up on the bubble up. But, this says it's also about equal. Also, he could take this, but then Rook D7 check. Okay, that I understand. Resigned says Steinen subscribed. Hooray! All right, E4. So if you take it with the king, then Rook takes E4 as check. You agree. And if he takes with a bishop, knight takes forks the rook and bishop. So that's a shocking move, right? And I showed this position to a music group, and they said, we're shocking blue. And I said, no, I'm using the wooden board. So they left. Bishop takes, knight takes. Double rook ending, 4 against 4. 3 against 3. 2 against 2. Okay, and they can't take with a rook on b6. Because then rook takes c5 check, and black wins. No, because the rook's hanging. So, yeah. Now, without this pawn, let's ask Karen. It's 50-50. Is white winning or it's a draw?
I don't know, so I'm going to say winning.
Close. No, dead draw.
All right.
Double pawns is always a draw.
Yeah.
And these double pawns is more drawn. The side double pawns are terrible. Yeah.
Oh, the side.
But okay, he doesn't care if he has this. Yeah. He's going to go back here, and he's going to go check, check, check. You know why he's going check, check, check? Do you know why? He has alligator blood. You can't get rid of him. Huh. Which is funny because he's Russian, so it's all a rich tapestry. I was referencing Rounders, which they all know in the chat.
I need to see that.
You never saw Rounders? Boo, boo. Let me tell you the best part of Rounders. Seriously. And when I say best, the part that makes the least sense, which is half the movie. You ready for this part? Okay. In the movie, Famke Janssen comes over to Matt Damon's apartment because he, Worm owes money and he's backing him. So he gives her money and she's like, thanks. And then she's like, I can stay. And he's like, no. Yeah. Terrible. Yeah.
That would never happen.
No. Yeah, he said, nah, get out of here. Yeah.
Yeah, I did forget about her too. Famke.
Yeah, Matt Damon's like, get out of here. I'm Matt Damon. That's what he should have said, like as a joke. And she'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Ed Norton was great. Yeah. Also, his girlfriend just left him. So I don't know. It seemed like, ridiculous is correct. Yeah. I don't know who wrote that part of Rounders. Let's see. Pay the man his money. That is correct.
What does that mean? Weird watching band not in
A lot of people watch it on YouTube afterwards and put it on faster speed.
Oh.
Yeah. The people can only watch like a 1 minute video. So if the videos are 5 minutes, they're like, oh, God, I don't have that much attention span. Yeah. What did Norton's character say about the rake? You know what they say? Women are the rake. Who says that? I don't know. It's just a saying. What? Yeah. Yeah, Matt Damon didn't agree with that saying. When his girlfriend dumped him. She was in Boardwalk Empire. His girlfriend. Yeah. And she was in something else that you saw. I said, that's her. His girlfriend in the movie that, dumped him immediately. Yeah. She didn't like his gangster's role.
Okay.
Like he claimed he quit playing poker. Then when he was taking his shower, she was fishing in his pants because, and then she found a huge roll of money. And then she left him because, you can't do that.
Because he had too much money.
Well, he was obviously playing poker. I mean, that's why. She didn't care if he won or lost. He's playing poker. She didn't like that. But one time he played poker, he lost a lot of money. And so, choking on his own rage. Gretchen Mol. Yeah.
She was the ultimate wet blanket.
Well, that's because women are the rake or something.
Yeah, I know who that is, Gretchen Mol.
He came home and there was nothing in his home. And then Ed Norton's like, don't you have more stuff than this? And he's like, she left you. Oh, terrible. All right. The Hikaru game. Hikaru didn't play in the candidates. He's focusing on Title Tuesday. Okay, then they agreed to a draw. It's all zeros. I've never been so mad. By the way, if this pawn wasn't here and it was black's move, white can't even do anything because his rook can't move. He loses the pawn. Doesn't matter.